Shalom, people of God. This is John Jue Elias coming to us on FAF 155, and its title is The Purpose of Time. The Purpose of Time. Previously, we have alluded that time is a creation of God, just like any other creature is the creation of God. And there is a very good reason why God created time. And we said also time is a period, is a term, is a space, is an instance, is a stretch, it's a spell, and it's a span. But time is denominated in seconds, in minutes, in hours, in days, in nights, in weeks, in months, in years, in decades, and in centuries, and in millenniums. Millennium is a set of 1,000. And also we want to say that time is the indefinite, certain process of existence and events that occur in apparently successful, irreversible succession from the past through present into the future. This is the occurrence of events that is irreversible. When the time has passed, and once you lose an opportunity in time, it may not come back to you. That is why we need to be awake at the Kairos time, at the right time, so that we may be able to seize the opportunity. Because if we don't, that chance, that opportunity may never come again. And that is why in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 11 says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Time and opportunities are buddies. They are couples. You know, time brings about a certain opportunity for you. And that is why we need to respect time. We need to honor time. Don't abuse time. Don't go for meetings late. Don't go to church late. Don't go to work late. Don't go for your appointments late. If you go for your appointment late, then it's no longer an appointment. It was a kairos for you. It was an appointment for you. So how do you go for an appointment late? How do you go for an occasion late? Why do you butcher time? Why do you abuse time? That is why many people are not succeeding in life, because they have no respect of God's creation. God created time. And when you don't honor time, you are anti-God. You are anti-Christ. When you come butchering that which God has created, you don't have respect of time. Why did God create time if time is of no essence to you? Why do you get to plan for events if you can't keep time? But time is a resource, as we said earlier on, and God has given us equal resource of time. Nobody has been favored more than the other. But you hear people saying, I have no time. What do you mean you have no time? Where has it gone to? You are abusing time. If you say you have no time, you are abusing time, or you have not put things in perspective in your life. So what is the purpose of time? God created everything in its own time. You know, the purpose of time is to put order to things, is to put designation to events that they should happen at a certain time. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says, to everything there is a season, and there is a time to every purpose under the heaven. There is time. When you miss that time, you miss your blessing. When you abuse time, opportunities will come and evade you. There is a time to everything, and there is a season to every purpose under the heaven. There is a time to be born, and there is a time to die. And the time to be born is not the time to die. There is a time to plant, and the time to plant is not the time to pluck up that which is planted or harvesting. And there is a time to kill, and there is a time to heal. There is a time to break down. There is a time to build up. There is a time to weep. There is a time to laugh. There is a time to mourn. There is a time to dance. There is a time to cast away stones, and there is a time to gather stones together. There is a time to embrace. There is a time to refrain from embracing. There is a time to get. There is a time to lose. There is a time to keep. There is a time to cast away. There is a time to rend or tear. There is a time to sow. There is a time to keep silence. There is a time to speak. There is a time to laugh. There is a time to hate. There is a time of war. There is a time of peace. Time comes to designate things and to put things in their proper perspective. We've got to honor time, especially if you're a believer. You cannot slop up in time. You cannot go for things at any time. Things are designated. Know when that meeting is gonna start. Know when that meeting is listed, and respect time. Respect that time that has been tagged in for that time. So the purpose of time is to prevent everything happening at the same time. You know, time is there to space and to graduate things. Time is there to control things and put things in their proper perspective. Time is there to punctuate events and activities. Time is there and is put in sequential to ensure that there is order. The Bible says where there is no order, there is confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. And where you think and you see confusion, and God is not therein. Time is created so as to bring things into perspective. And every one of us has his time. And everything has its time. All that we need is to discern when is the right time for this journey. When is the right time for this decision. Even decisions are tagged to time. You cannot make certain decision at a certain time. You've got to discern when is the right time to make this move, to make this decision. To go to this place. The season may not allow you to go to a certain place. So time is there to control events and activities and also human beings. So when you find that a time has been set for a specific time, please honor that time. Do not talk about African time. There is nothing like African time and European time or Western time. Time is time, and time must be respected. Time must be observed. Time must be honored. Time must be respected and saluted, because therein is your blessing. Therein is your event. Therein is your Kairos time. Therein is a miracle time. Therein is victory time. Therein is your blessing time. Brethren, we need to divorce ourselves from abuse of time. Time is God created, and time brings chances. It brings opportunities with us. Time is there to bring that which you have been waiting for, but you've got to discern time. David said, or the psalmist said, my times are with the Lord. In the book of Psalm chapter 31. Psalm chapter 31, and we have read it previously, but it's not grievous. We can still read it again. In Psalm chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, it says, says, but I trusted in thee. O Lord, I said, thou art my God. This is David who was talking. And then he said, my times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of mine enemies and from them that persecute me. David recognized that his time was in God's time. God is our timekeeper, and we should respect the time that is kept by our God. And therein, where there is Kairos time, fulfillment time, then there is our blessing, and there is our victory, and there is our triumph. In the book of Romans chapter 5 and verse 6, Romans chapter 5 and verse 6, it says, for when we were yet without strength, in due time, you can see that due time, that is Kairos time. Christ died for the ungodly. Christ died at the Kairos time. He died at the right time. So time is of essence to us, we say, but we literally don't do that, because we think we have all the time for us to do even the small things that we ought to do. In the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9, Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, and let us not be weary in well-doing. Do not be weary in keeping time. Even if you go into that meeting and you are the only one for the next 1 hour, that's okay. You have done your will. You have done what you needed to have been done. We are told to be holy, and you don't become unholy because others are unholy. So you don't butcher time because others are butchering time, and others keep on making you to wait. You just be there in the right time. Wait for that 1 hour. Wait for that 2 hours. God will bless you, but go with something that you can be doing while you are waiting. Otherwise, it is proper, it is godly, it is Christian, it is biblical for us to observe time. So in verse 6, Galatians, we are reading from the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, so shall he reap. Verse 9, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. In due season we shall reap if we faint not. That is the Kairos time. That is the due time. Verse 10, as we have therefore opportunity, we therefore having opportunity and time, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. When God gives us opportunities, when God gives us time and chances, let's do that which we ought to do. Let's not drop the ball of time. Let us not abuse time. Time is created for a certain purpose, to bring things at the right time, to make events take place sequentially, without bringing commotion, without bringing disorder, without bringing confusion, without bringing disarray. We should honor time. And when we honor time, we are going to realize our things are going to move smoother. Our things are going to be right. We are going even to do many things because we are timed, and because we are on a schedule, and because we are in a designation of time. So the purpose of time is to set things in their perspective, is to set things in their proper time, is to set things in their slots, is to set things in the time that God has designated that they should be in. So when we honor that, when we respect that, when we observe that, then we are being okay with our God. Let's not abuse the resource of time that God has given to us. He has given us time. He has given us opportunities. He has given us chances to serve Him. He has given us chances to do church. He has given us chances to work. He has given us chances to travel. He has given us chances to do other things. Let's discern their proper time. And once we do things in their proper time, we will find ourselves being honored and being respected of God, and blessings will come, and victories will come, and healings will come, deliverance will come, development will come, holiness will come, righteousness will be there. Until we meet tomorrow, let's respect time, because time was created by God for a purpose, to ensure that things are done decently and in order. Maranatha, the Lord bless you. Amen.